Hello. I was going to say good morning because it is morning time here. It is Monday, May 26th, I think, Memorial Day, and I am headed to Boulder. I live in Denver. Well, it's all Denver, but I'm headed to Boulder for the 10K, the Boulder, and I guess, you won't see me running, obviously, but I wanted to catch up on, or I guess kind of document today. And it rained all day yesterday, so I'm hoping that we are out of the woods as far as that goes. Need to get my instructions on how to get there. And so we're off, and I guess I'll check in with you when we're back on. In our appearance-driven social system, toxic productivity and diet culture are considered especially heinous. In Denver, Colorado, a dedicated goal-getter seeking to crush these vicious lies is the founder of an elite squad known as Heal Thy Spirit. These are her stories. Okay, so I have just finished the run, and I'm on my it looks like it's going to be a 45-minute drive, but I definitely won't talk to you guys for that long. So I did good. It actually wasn't, it was actually a really fun, it's a whole thing. It was their 45-year anniversary, and there was I think 20 people that have run in every race the entire 45 years. So, maybe they started when they were, because I'm 46. I already had a birthday this year, and I was super excited because my shirt says established in 1979, and I was also established in 1979. So anyway, it was good fun. My son ran at 7 a.m. So he finished before I even started. I started at 8:47 and finished 10:13 or 10:15, something like that. It was an hour and 27 minutes according to my Apple Watch. So that was 87 minutes, and my goal was to do it in 90 minutes or less, because I think I had done the 5K around 45 minutes or 42 minutes, something like that. So I figured I'd end up a little slower at some point. So that, went well. They had, a snack bag and, a beer waiting for you at the end. That's the thing that they're known for. There's lots of breweries here in Denver, or in Colorado in general. But I got the beer and I took a picture. I'll put it up here on the edit, but I don't drink beer, so I just took a couple sips, and it tasted exactly like the Miller Genuine Draft that my dad used to drink when I was a kid, and we'd be watching Soul Train on Saturday afternoon, and I'd be like, "Can I have a sip of your beer?" Because you always want the things you can't have when you're a child. But now that I can have as much beer as I want, I don't drink beer. It's gross. But anyway, So that was that. And then we went to the stadium and we watched the pro woman and the pro male race, which was pretty exciting. They actually ran the lap for, so like I just told y'all, it took me like 90 minutes. It took my son about an hour, which was a slow time for him, but that was because he had to take halfway through. He had to stop at a porta potty and take care of business. So that slowed him down a little bit. But the girls finished in like 39 minutes or something like that, and then the women's race they did in the men's race that they started like 10 minutes behind them and finished in like 29 minutes. It was insane. Like, to think it was like for the girl that won, and she won by, you know, like the girl behind her was like a whole minute behind her coming through. And she was doing like 4 minutes and 15 seconds was like her pace. And anybody that knows about running, that's like insane. I was proud of my 13.5 minute pace personally, but because I didn't even run a mile that fast. I did my first mile in like 12 minutes and some change, which is, you know, when I was doing the 5K, that was pretty much the pace that I was trying to keep up. But, you know, you slow down as you get tired. And also, I'm not in shape. I looked on my phone before I started this video to see the last time I ran. And the last time I actually ran, you know, beyond a 5-minute warm up, was when it was on February 1st of this year. And it is now May 26th. So I did 0 training for this race and still got a decent for me time. So I'm very proud of myself, and I actually felt good. It seemed like it got easier once I hit about 4 miles. And I'm also in Denver, and I took a couple of pictures of there were some signs that said, you know, like the one sign when you get to and I'll put it here because I don't know what it's called, but it basically was like telling you the elevation was at 5,139 feet. And then below the sign, somebody's head was cutting it off, so you couldn't see where it said sea level is for slackers. So anyway, I'm excited actually to do the 10K in Richmond, my hometown, next year. That'll be like about a year from now. It's in April of every year. So I'm definitely going to sign up for that and do that next year. I wanted to do it this year after the hot chocolate run, but there was just too much going on with my work and, you know, having to get plane tickets and all that jazz. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick update of my day. I'll show the picture of my son and I'll put my official time. There was some pretty good snacks. They had lit lemonade it's like lemonade with caffeine in it that they were giving samples of, and I was pretty much sold on that, so I definitely have to find that somewhere. But I mean, that's pretty much it. It was raining. That was the worst part of it. It started raining. By the time I was finished running, there was no more rain, and it turned out to be a pretty nice day. It was kind of funny because they were talking about how humid it was, and, you know, I ran with my son, and, you know, we're originally from Virginia. And he looked over to me and was like, he just said it's humid. It's not humid out here. But it definitely was humid for Colorado. When I looked at my like phone or whatever, it was saying like 80% humidity. And it rained all day yesterday and, you know, all morning this morning, which is something we never get here. So that's why it was more humid than normal here. But it was a good day. It says it's 60 degrees right now. And the sun has gone back down. I'm about to get back, head back more east of where I am now. And the mountains are beautiful. I'm actually going to see if it will let me turn my camera around. It probably won't. I might have to pause it. Yeah, it doesn't let me turn my camera around, but you would be able to see the mountains. Maybe you'll see them behind me once I drive by. But yeah, I guess I'll end that here. I'll show you the mountains and then we'll be done.